So last year, I made a video about my 10 most anticipated movies of 2025, and I made a promise to myself that I would get to watch each and every one of them. Well, it's 2026, and I've seen all of them. Well, most of them. Here's the list, and here are my thoughts. I liked it a lot. It was fun. It was charming, full of heart, funny. It's exactly what I wanted the movie about Superman to be. I thought David Cornsweet was great as Superman. Lois Lane wasn't a useless character for once. Nicholas Hoult, I loved him as Lex. I love his performance. There are a lot of standouts here, a lot. The Justice Gang, they were pretty cool. The movie looks super good too. I don't know why people aren't talking about that more, but the movie looks really good. Like, it's colorful, the cinematography, the fighting choreography, it was really good. You know, I enjoyed watching Superman. 9 out of 10. Okay, so I have a couple of problems with Wicked for Good. Okay, I did say that the second act in the Broadway show was significantly weaker than the first act, and that was true. Everyone knows about this, right? Everyone was skeptical for the sequel, and I was kind of holding out hope. I don't know what I said. Hold on. What did I say about Wicked for Good? I'm not so worried. Part 1 took its time and adapted the play with love, so I'm sure they can do the same with Part 2. Oh. They did it. It was really underwhelming. I was really expecting that they would tweak Wicked for Good because they know how weak the second act is, and I was really hoping they'd tweak it and they'd probably polish it off. They'd clean up some issues. They didn't. It was still a mess. The songs aren't as good. The whole storyline about Dorothy, the two timelines merging together, it just doesn't really work for me. It's a mess, you know, character-wise. It doesn't make sense. Apart from that, I also had a terrible movie experience watching this. I had to rewatch the movie once it got digital because I had a terrible movie experience here. I'm probably gonna make a completely separate video about this, but I basically watched this with Jeannie. I watched this, and the people behind us were just one of the worst moviegoers of all time. It's like they had no idea what theaters are. They had no idea of proper movie etiquette. They were just horrible, bro. Never in my life would I have thought about, you know, confronting people. And never in my life would I have thought that I would do this in a cinema where I would stand up, look at the people behind me, and tell them to shush. But this time it did. This time it happened. I was pissed. I'm pissed right now just talking about it. But you know what? Anyways, Wicked for Good, really underwhelming. It never felt like the group was a friend group. It never felt like they hung out at all. I know there are like deleted scenes where they showed clips of them hanging out, but it looks so weird. I'm sorry, people were glazing over this clip about the friends hanging out, cutting wood, playing a game, and then Fierro removes his shirt, and then Bach removes his shirt, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Anyway, yeah, Wicked for Good, giving it probably a 4 out of 10. Not my cup of tea.
I don't know if they wanted money or they wanted something more sexual. Wow. But it's a lucky thing I had my pieces.
Your pieces?
My guns.
Oh.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang!
Wow.
Bang!
Fire and Ash, this was the last movie that I watched that's on my list. A little lore dump here, or just an info dump here. If you guys aren't aware, in the Philippines, there's this thing called like the Manila Film Festival, where by law, every single cinema will remove every movie that is currently showing in the month of December and replace them with local films, like Filipino films. So I literally could not watch Fire and Ash until like January 10th. And I'm just gonna say, Fire and Ash, what the hell? It felt like a carbon copy of the second movie. I'm not gonna spoil much, but the climax and the conclusion was eerily similar to Way of Water. Even the conflict that was happening, it was still a fun movie. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The action sequences, again, were pretty great. The visuals too, like damn, like it really does still look amazing that you cannot believe that this thing, those are all CGI. And it's impressive as hell. The Ash people, they were underwhelming. I thought it was gonna be like this big, giant, scary, you know, tribe. Not really. They're kind of just like, they're a weak faction of Pandora, which was kind of underwhelming. I thought they were gonna be like the Fire Nation, like they were gonna be feared by almost every Navi around the globe. not really. 6 out of 10. Zootopia 2 was great. I mean, I had fun. The Judy and Nick dynamic is stronger than ever. You know, the story was nice, though the mystery really wasn't as interesting as the first. I still liked it. What it did lack, though, is that it didn't have much of that detective aspect in the movie, which is such a letdown. You know, in the first movie, you saw Judy and Nick slowly take clues, and then they have a brainstorming session, and then they kind of think it through. This movie doesn't really have that. It's a lot of running around. It's not much of a detective movie, as all I'm saying. It's missing that detective touch, and I kind of wanted that. All I'm saying is it's still a fun movie. It's missing some aspects that I liked about in the first movie, so 8 out of 10. Elio! Oh, Elio. I was right about it too, you know, with it being a dud. Elio surprisingly was fun and harmless. I liked it. I gave it an 8 initially in my review, but rewatching it now and then comparing it with the other movies like Zootopia, I might knock it down a peg for like a 7. Giving Zootopia an 8 and Elio an 8 still makes sense for me in my world. Zootopia 2 is better than Elio. So with me giving Zootopia 2 an 8, I may have to give Elio probably a 7 because yeah, Elio is good, but not that good. So sadly, that's the case. Elio, you get an 8 out of 10 or, you know, a 7 out of 10. Now, you guys might not like this, but I thought it was pretty good. It was fun. I'm sorry, bro. I don't even know why people thought it was boring. I thought it wasn't. It's a movie about dinosaurs. Yeah, it's stupid, but guys, I think it's time to admit that apart from the first movie, Jurassic movies are just like more of a turn your brain off type of movies now, you know? Now, did I want it to be more horror focused? Yes. Did we get that? No. Was it still loud, mindless dinosaur fun? Yeah. And I think in the end of the day, that's just what it is. It's just mindless fun. I wish the franchise would just stop with the mutated dinosaur shit, just revert back to their plain old dinosaurs again. I mean, guys, there's like a whole library of different species of dinosaurs. You can just experiment with that, you know? Stop with the mutation, with the mixing and everything. Like, look at this the latest dinosaur. Like, fucking, what the fuck is this, man? Like, come on. It was fun. So Jurassic World Rebirth, I'm probably gonna give it a 6 or a 7 out of 10. You know, it's stupid, but it's fun. I had fun. Oh, baby. Mickey 17. Yeah. What the hell happened? It was pretty disappointing. It really wasn't the batshit crazy movie that I thought it was gonna be. Instead, I got a pretty generic sci-fi flick about, you know, human bad, nature good. But Robert was pretty good. You know, Robert was pretty good with his performances. But overall, it's just really forgettable. It's a forgettable movie. I even forgot it came out this year until I saw the list. Mickey 17, 5 out of 10. Fantastic Four, First Steps. It's pretty great. It's kind of a shame that people just forgot about this movie. This thing came out with Superman, I think. It's a shame that people aren't really talking about this. I liked it a lot. The whole cast was pretty good. I liked how they made Johnny Storm, you know, smart. Like, they spent a lot of time developing his character. Galactus was pretty intimidating. It's not perfect, but compared to the other Marvel movies that came out, this was pretty fantastic. See what I did there? 9 out of 10. And lastly, we have from the world of John Wick, Ballerina. There's really not much to say about this movie. It does feel like it is John Wick light. The pacing, the fight scenes, pretty much everything around it does scream John Wick, but it does follow a story that's pretty much unique to the own character, which I like. I like that happened, and it's a very enjoyable movie. I'll give it a 7 out of 10. It's pretty fun. And that is the end of my list. So, what do you guys think about it? What a year for movies, right? 2025 was a blast. It was a good year for movies, I'm not gonna lie. And looking at it now, 2026 looks even better. I might make a 2026 version of my most anticipated movies. I don't know. Maybe I should do it, and I should do another one like this in the next year. Who knows? But anyways, that's the video. I hope you guys enjoyed your stay. Have a great day and a great life, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!